Well, it finally happened. The Boy Scouts of America have finally caved, and now they are accepting transgender children. They finally caved in, finally gave in to the spirit of this age, to this homosexual spirit that is taking over the United States of America and the world at large. I just don't understand how they can do that. How can they say Boy Scouts and accept girls? But it's through this transgender movement that through the legal system, that because they were being sued, they finally caved in. I guess they just finally said, you know what, we're going to have to continue to deal with this. So we might as well just give in now because we're not going to ever win. And it's just, it can only bring more judgment. It can only bring more retribution upon the United States. It's not going to bring anything good to us in the United States. But I want to read to you the news clip here concerning this. It says here on Time magazine, and they seem to be pretty proud about this. It says, "We won. Mom who led charge on Boy Scouts transgender policy celebrates with her son." No, she celebrates with her daughter. The New Jersey mother who championed her 8-year-old transgender daughter, rights to stay in the Boy Scouts of America cheered the organization's decision this week to open its doors to transgender children. This woman last week filed a civil rights complaint with the state against the Northern New Jersey Council of the Boy Scouts, her son's hometown chapter that booted him in November. Booted her in November because she was designated as a female at birth. On Monday night, the Boy Scouts of America announced it would now welcome transgender children who identify as boys. The national organization said it has started deferring to the gender identity indicated on enrollment applications rather than birth certificates. She says, "I'm ecstatic for everyone that they don't have to go through what my child went through." So, listen, folks. Everything I read to you up to the point towards the end there is a lie from the pit of hell. Okay? This is a girl that was born a female and trying to present herself as a boy. Now, what they said at the bottom, on Monday night, the Boy Scouts of America announced it would now welcome transgender children who identify as boys. Right? The national organization said it has started deferring to the gender identity indicated on enrollment applications rather than birth certificates. That is true. That's a true statement. But what they said before this, where it says he was designated as a female at birth, that's a lie. No, she was designated as a female at birth. Let's get the story straight. This is nothing more than a little girl that somehow got it in her head that she is a boy. And because her parents support it, are you listening? Because her parents support it, then she is made to believe this lie, this imagination that the devil has put into her mind. Now, this little girl will always be a little girl. Are you listening? I don't care how much surgery they do. I don't care what they do. These individuals that transform their bodies, they're still what they are when they are born. Nothing will change that. Did you hear what I said? Nothing will change your gender. You know what's interesting about all this? Spiritually speaking, is God doesn't even look at gender. Spiritually speaking. But in the physical, in the natural, God does say there's male and there's female. And there's a reason for that. Each have their own part to do. The boy or the male cannot do the part of the female. And the female cannot do the part of the male. It just never will happen. And as I said in my previous message, you'll never, ever reproduce children. Never. It'll never happen. It will always require the male and the female to produce an offspring. Well, I'd like to hear your comments on this. It seems like, folks, things are just going from bad to worse. I mean, when the Boy Scouts of America has finally caved, and then you have a president that supports transgenders, America's doomed. I'm going to tell you, America is in trouble. You better pray for this nation. I don't even know. I remember in the scripture where Jeremiah was praying for Israel, and God said, don't pray for them. Don't pray for them. Are we there? Have we come to the place where God says, don't even pray for America anymore?